Welcome to the Lair of Secrets. Today we're talking DungeonMorph dice, which are dice you can use to make dungeons. I've got a lot of them. They're pretty cool. People are excited about them, so let's take a look at the dice. All right, so DungeonMorph dice. They're pretty darn nifty. This is how they come. It's either in a plastic package or in like a little cardboard thing like this. I don't usually end up keeping the packaging. The dice are nice, beefy dice, as you can see. And what they let you do is basically roll them and come up with random dungeons. So you can just do it like this, and then it becomes a puzzle. So I'm going to move things in a little bit so we can have a better look at the actual dice and what they're doing. So each one of them has ins and outs. So these are just like the classic DungeonMorphs of old, right? Or geomorphs, or however you want to call them. And so with these, you just line things up, and then boom, instant dungeon, which is pretty darn nifty. There's a big open cavern space, so that one's maybe not working particularly great. Well, no, that works. It still works. It's got some open space. So there you go. When I use these, I'm often using them for inspiration, right? So I won't necessarily use the exact layout that comes when you just throw the dice down. I'll kind of look things around. I might like flip the dice. And when I start sketching, it's really just a launching off point. Like my dungeons will go off in random directions. So a while back, I had done my Dungeon Master's Toolkit. And if you remember correctly, this is what it looked like. And so these are all my existing DungeonMorphs. Just pop that open. And so we've got a lot more. These are a couple different sets combined. This is the Shrine or Crypt. I think this is the Crypt set. So it's more like ruins of a religious order, that kind of thing, catacombs. But meanwhile, I've got like some cavern sets. I love the feel of these. You've got your standard actual dungeon layout dice. So they're pretty cool. I'm going to get these puppies out here again. Love the sound of these dice because they're so nice and hefty. So it comes with a key so you can quickly look things up. This is the part that I usually keep from the box so I can see exactly what everything actually is. But it's got symbols for grates, mounds, pillars, stairs, statues, all the standard sort of Dungeons and Dragons / fantasy dungeon layouts. One of the things that people had asked after a previous episode was how well do these dice hold up? I mean, they've got this beautiful artwork on them. Are they going to take a lot of abuse? Isn't it going to come off? And so I would say no, but I don't use these like I use regular dice. As you saw, I keep them in my mini Dungeon Master kit, although now that I have more dice, I may have to have a dedicated bin just for DungeonMorph dice. But when I keep them in there, they're nice and flat, and they're not going to rub against one another. I would not keep these in my regular dice bag. I haven't had a lot of good luck with keeping specialty dice in your regular dice bag because the dice are just rubbing up against them, right? They're just going to take a lot of damage. But the dice themselves, these are nice, hefty plastic dice that take a thud when you drop them on the table, which honestly is just super exciting and fun and just gets my brain firing on all cylinders when I'm getting ready to like map out a dungeon or map out a crypt or, evil lair, what have you. So these are the DungeonMorph dice. If you have any questions, you can post them in the comments. If you're liking the content you see on our channel, you can like and subscribe on YouTube, or you can visit us at lairofsecrets.com for all of our content.